Chat, here we go. It's Salt Mine 3. And we start the North American portion with Chronic versus Beastmode. Everybody has been excited to see Beastmode in the 1v1 game since he played at Gamers 8. If you guys remember, version 1 has Daniel, Beastmode, and Calm at Gamers 8, a mode that had crew battles, including some 1v1s. Now, everybody expected Daniel to hold it down in the 1v1 game mode for that team, but Beastmode ended up jumping in after Daniel had a bit of struggles. And not only did he just jump in, he succeeded wildly. So everybody wondered, where does it end for Beastmode? Can he convert the best of ones into best of 5 wins as well? Well, this might be the best tournament to test his ability that we've ever seen. It's Salt Mine 3. If you guys haven't seen Salt Mine 3, you can check it out on Liquipedia. If you're watching back on the YouTube, a lot of this stuff is going to have already happened, so make sure you check the schedule at your own risk. You'll have basically everything that happened today spoiled. But we have 12 1v1ers in 2 different groups. This is the first of any of the matches in North America. There's 5 other consecutive matches going on. And we will see who comes out on top. A lot of people have Chronic as maybe the favorite for the tournament. He played the best out of North Americans in the Chalk Cast Duels tournament, the most recent thorough tournament of tons of top 1v1ers, all when they're in the same location in preparation for, I think it was Worlds, right? I can't remember why they're all in the same spot. But Chronic came out as clearly the best North American in that tournament. Can he keep it up? It's been a few months. There's been opportunity for other people to clean up their game. So far, we've had an really surprisingly neutral game so far between Chronic and Beastmode. No goals, but it'll be Chronic to strike first, right as I say that. Just under 2 minutes it takes to get the first goal. And it's Chronic lobbing the first one on target. A nice roll. E. Gormans, thank you for the prime, by the way. I think a lot of people are excited to see how Beastmode will look in a series. And he's got just about the toughest test possible in Chronic. Chronic, the kind of guy who's used to having to make adjustments over the course of a series. But it's looking like he's not going to have to make many adjustments at all. We saw Beastmode. I think the reason why Beastmode played so well in Gamers 8, for anybody who checked it out, it was a LAN event, which should be pointed out. Beastmode playing well on 1v1 on LAN. But I think the reason why he played so well is because he played it like it was online. He played it with a little bit less stress than the other players very clearly were. On LAN, lots of players playing safe when they have an opportunity to go for something wild or something, you know, more controlled. Every time they were picking controlled, every time they were going low 50, all those kind of plays, it started to be very readable. Beastmode did not play it that way. Beastmode played it like it was online, willing to take risks, willing to go high, willing to try some shots that would result in immediate goals the other way if he were to not score. And that's the way that ultimately I think the best 1v1 is played. You have to take those kind of risks. Beastmode was willing to do it. Will the fact that he's playing online now not allow him to score as easily? All these defenders prepared for it. That was actually a bit of a safer play from Beastmode on the wave dash, as Chronic tried to get a long shot for a 3rd goal. Chronic on 0. Beastmode sets up on 100. These are the kind of plays he's good at. Has the reset from the ceiling and actually doesn't give a ton of movement on the ball to score this. Just gives it a slight acceleration with the flick. And Chronic not able to backflip into that save. It says Beastmode at the bottom left, but I think that's because Beastmode scored. You can always watch all the other games. One of the easiest ways without doing too much research is probably just to go to the Rocket League category and look for people with Salt Mine in their title. You can also do exclamation points red zone here, which will give you a link to all the streams playing at once, which can be a useful way to find the action. Now Beastmode, the ceiling reset and the 2nd goal. That's the thing about a low-scoring game, which this one has certainly been at the start of this match, is it can be quite easy to get back involved, even if you've been struggling to stay relevant. And Chronic did make it look that way with the only 2 goals up until the past 30 seconds or so. Beast Mode found a couple quick. Now, Beast Mode overly aggressive, going to allow Chronic to have the lead as we approach the final minute. Beast Mode missing the wave dash on the back wall. Know that in the bottom left, it will always just have whoever scored the most recent goal, I'm noticing. It will probably be jumping between perspectives to get a nice read of how each goal went. Chronic into the air, not phased by Beast Mode's fake challenge. And that 50 is not going to be good enough. It's 4-2 for Chronic. We saw Beast Mode wave dash on the ground to try and discourage, I think, that setup or make Chronic play it quickly, but it was from so far away. It really didn't phase him. And a very passive air dribble will not be good enough to stop one of the better aerial attackers in the game. Beast Mode to the ceiling for the ceiling reset, back into the air. Chronic waiting patiently on the goal line, does get the save. That reset movement coming far too close to the net to be able to get the defender to miss, but sometimes all you have to do is accelerate the dribble. Beast Mode, instead of going for the reset this time around, he gets the car turned upside down, showing that he could accelerate, get reset, slow the ball down, or he could just give it one more tap. And that's enough to surprise Beast Mode. Oh, sorry, surprise Chronic, I should say. Beast Mode on the air dribble. Chronic with 25 seconds left to go, trying to steal boost off the map. Beast Mode has a good amount to work with, though. Talk all the time about these late game advantages. So important to see who has the boost to work with. Chronic, that was a super risky take in front of his net. He had no boost left over. I think he thought for sure Beast Mode would leave here and try and get 100. Actually, Beast Mode did both. He got the 100 and got back to the ball. Chronic thought he was bought a little bit more time while Beast Mode was distracted. But he does it all, so now we're at a tie game. Beast Mode, it's going to feel like a bit of a steal if he's able to take it. Number 1, Chronic just turns in field. Beast Mode just takes a shot directly on net. It's handed to him basically for free. Chronic, the indecision, you can see it. His car wiggling as he decides whether or not to turn towards the player or away from it. And all he has to do is not be indecisive, but that's what he was. Delay kickoff, smart play from a veteran 1v1er with seconds left to go. He needs to steal this corner boost and get back to the ball, and he can't quite do both. I do think it was the right decision to dive for the 100. I don't see a world in which Chronic scores without a little bit of boost in the tank. So Beast Mode taking game number 1 against what could be North America's favorite in Chronic. You can see this boost consumption and possession field control stats, for the most part, all fairly equal between the two. Shouldn't be terribly surprising. But Beast Mode doing what a lot of people felt he could at the start of this series. Game number 2. Chronic and Beast Mode. I expect a hotter start to this game. We saw 2 minutes of almost no scoring before these two started to tally up 9 goals, I think is what we ended. Fairly standard amount of scoring for an entire game. That all happened late, so I expect these guys to come off hot. We have an instant Beast Mode goal. Chronic catching back up to this. Beast Mode able to control to the corner. You said Johnny said Chronic already won a game. I think the overlay was saying that. The group stage overlay. But here the truth is revealed, which is that Beast Mode able to steal the first game late. Beast Mode trying to make something out of nothing. Above the ball in this dribble. Interesting chase down in the corner. Chronic very clearly going to back off this and let Beast Mode freak out. He knew he had a possession inevitably coming with the way Beast Mode was overdoing it, and he was eventually able to score. Beast Mode actually pretty impressive to get close to this save. You see him pinning the crossbar, and then just thought to jump a little bit late. All he could do is direct it into the post. Chronic, zero boost to work with, staying on top of the ball as a way to neutralize this kickoff, and he's done that, at least for the most part. Beast Mode now, though, full field dribble. What a great first flip setup. Chronic has to save as Beast Mode gets no final touch. Beast Mode still on offense here. The reset carry right into the crossbar. I think that was maybe out on its own. Don't know if that registered as a save for Chronic. Beast Mode trying to pre-jump the flick, and it does not work out. Maybe trying to pre-jump the air dribble, I should say. Instead, Chronic catches the ball and goes to the flick. Right as Beast Mode, you can see, turning his car back down as he felt like he was going to be sending himself out of the play. And really, if he had kept rising, he would have been in the perfect position. Chronic wants a low 50. The ball bouncing too much. Beast Mode pre-flips. It's a way to try and win the race to the blue half. Chronic able to gain himself a possession. Faking this flick. He sees Beast Mode in the air. Beast Mode covers everything, but can Chronic still corral it? He cannot. He hits it off the backboard, which would be a pass to Beast Mode immediately, but Beast Mode was completely starved of boost after that defensive stand. Now, Beast Mode will take to the skies. Does he have the angle? He does not. In fact, worst case scenario, the ball bounces towards his half. Chronic actually brings it back to the corner, though. He didn't have any boost to work with. Wants to reset on 100. Chronic going to be forced to use what he does have to try and clear this ball of the back wall. Although he does a decent job of it. He's pinned right back. Zero boost left over. Beast Mode going high. Reset drops the ball to this one spot that a low boost defender can defend. And not only does Chronic get the save, he gets the counter. He's trying to put himself on the board, but we saw a similar lead from him in the previous game. He was not able to hold on to, so a lot of time left on the clock. Only that original kickoff goal for Beast Mode has been his offense. Chronic punishing an aggressive Beast Mode. Big, wide hook shot. Didn't even need to hook shot if he didn't want to. But he's not in the interest of counting tiny little seconds right now. Not with 2 minutes on the clock. He'll just take his goal. Chronic, a kickoff that you could argue he lost at first as it heads to the blue half, but he's gotten everything someone would want from the kickoff. Possession and boost to work with. Chasing Beast Mode down, though. He'll be forced to leave. Beast Mode, this is a time where he needs to show that he has some offense. He's going to go for the air dribble. Chronic tried to pre-jump it. The ball is slowly working its way to the net, but Chronic has the save off the backboard. Does not allow Beast Mode anything off of his open opportunity. I say open in the sense that Chronic was forced to back off, give Beast Mode all the space and boosts that he could want. That's not the best of signs for Beast Mode. He's got a good opportunity here. He's going to go right into the crossbar, and even though there's a touch from Chronic, it's Beast Mode who forces it in. There has been some Beast Mode news, by the way. You see him rocking the version 1 decal. Version 1 looking to get out of Rocket League, though. Has rumored, I think only still rumored, to have maybe sold Beast Mode and Daniel over to G2, joining Atomic. But I'm sure these guys will rock their version 1 stuff as much as possible. Chronic not able to score on this opportunity. Beast Mode diving in. He has been like the Nupo of North America, the way he's been playing this. just going speed first, figure it out later, which does result in a lot of forced recoveries in order to stop counterattacks. Chronic just carried that ball and read Beast Mode like a book. Waited for the challenge and sent it to the absolute moon when he finally came. I'm sure Beast Mode felt like, if I double jump, then I'll have enough height. No, there was nothing you could have done to have enough height to stop that one. Chronic. Is he going to be able to find an easy goal here? It seems like he will. 30 seconds left. And by all means, it's Chronic tying up the series. All the series I'm casting will be on my YouTube channel, yes. Chronic wall to air dribble. We actually haven't seen him score with his classic kickoff to side wall to air dribble. But he hasn't needed it so far against Beast Mode. The pre-jump's not going to work, so with 10 seconds left to go, the dream is in theory alive for Beast Mode. But it would take quite a serious throw from Chronic for that to be the case. Beast Mode undercut by Chronic in the final moments. This ball will touch ground, and Chronic tying up the series 1-1. Game differential could mean a lot as we head to later parts of the series. I think we're going to see a ton of very similar stat lines when we get to this post-game stat screen. But the field control technically slightly in favor of Beast Mode. I've actually felt like I've seen maybe a slight trend of the players who use Boost more not getting the win. I don't know if we'll continue to see that for this Chronic versus Beast Mode matchup, but we are right in to game number 3. Beast Mode only found a couple more goals after that immediate kickoff goal, but it looks like he has a really strong chance of starting this game the same way. And just 6 seconds in, he is up 1-0. Where's the poll for who's favored? You know, I'm not sure if chat did a prediction, but I would imagine that, oh, they did. They actually have Beast Mode at 51% chance to win. At least chat thought that he was slightly favored. I would have definitely put Chronic at around a 3-1 if I had to guess. Someone was trying to set the line for what the most likely series result is. But the way Beast Mode's playing right now, could be on track for a 3-1 in his favor. Has a 2-0 lead. A nice 50 with Chronic in the corner, and it's very clear that Beast Mode feels comfortable on the ceiling. He wants to get to the ceiling to get his reset and play from there. Kind of gameplay that Chronic is certainly willing to get involved with as well. This time Beast Mode a bit of a slower dribble. He's going to go wall to air dribble, but he hasn't found anything as he gets towards the net, and that's been an issue for him a couple different times. He has just about a picture-perfect setup, but indecision on the goal line because he doesn't feel like any option is worth taking, you know, worth the risk of using his flip and putting him out of position, so he just follows it to the ground. And unfortunately for him, Chronic has had the nerves not to overdo it. Oh, could not get this double off the back wall. Still in a great position, though. Beast Mode actually just dove. Can he get back to this one? He does. Chronic, not the best of landings, which I think he needed if he really wanted to punish Beast Mode, but actually he's back out to the midfield and wants an air dribble bump. Why not? Beast Mode completely starved out. Forced to shadow defend. Might as well cash in on all the hard work that you've done to get yourself to this position with a nice, not even an air dribble bump. He just chipped the ball and finally got Beast Mode before it crossed the goal line. Fake kick out from Beast Mode. Has himself a back corner dribble possession. Chronic intercepts it. I don't think he can get a shot. Can he? He can, just barely. Thought Beastmode would be back in time. This was definitely going to be a slow shot, but Beastmode left with nothing. Chronic found the angle. Another fake kickoff on the diagonal. Chronic seems to be doing absolutely nothing about it. Must not mind handing Beastmode a free possession. Chronic looking like he's setting up to shoot on his own nets. Tapping the ball down strong. Actually giving it a bounce that Beastmode can't work with. At least that's the idea. As Beastmode undercuts him, and now Chronic has a hook shot. Just inside the bottom left corner. He needed to place it well, but he did. He's got himself a lead. Let's go to Chronic's perspective. We're not on a diagonal kickoff, but I do want to make sure we watch Chronic from a diagonal kickoff at some point, because Beastmode has just been faking him. And Chronic seems to have no read on it at all. Camera check from Beastmode on the irritable bump. But it doesn't matter. He actually gets him back down on the ground. Chronic dashing to get back. Has the save, but not good enough. Beastmode will be able to follow it up. Actually, a really impressive recovery from Chronic. But he needed a bit of a better touch. You see him dashing onto the wall to get the speed. Goes just over the top of the ball. All he can do is stop it on the goal line, and a very simple reverse will tie the game. Beastmode. Oh my goodness, what a flip. As he finds a way to get on the correct side of the ball for the shot. Chronic air dribble bumping. Still the recovery from Beastmode means we stay locked. Beastmode low on boost though. Chronic needs to keep this ball high. It actually fakes the reset and ends up chipping the ball just inside the net on the right side. Beastmode saw the threat in the whole way. That reset was looking to cut the ball infield. It wasn't only just before Chronic landed that it was clear he was going to be able to chip it inside that far post. Beastmode air dribble bump. Chronic sticks through it, able to pinch it away. Low boost for him though. We've seen Chronic just about every time convert on these situations. Beastmode has to be able to do that as well, and it doesn't seem like he has. In fact, wasn't very tough for Chronic at all to survive on low boost, and now he's going to dodge Beastmode's bump. Beastmode, ultra aggressive after using all the boost he had, decides to turn right back into the play, and that means this touch from Chronic will lead to an easy goal. Back at a diagonal kickoff. We're on Chronic's perspective. Are we going to get yet another fake from Beastmode? We are. And it looks, you know, fairly predictable. Somewhat convincing, but I guess we knew it was coming. But Chronic should know it was coming too. He did slightly change up his kickoff though. Single jumping into it. Maybe not forcing the ball to Beastmode as heavily as he was in the past. Chronic keeping this ball away. No need to rush. Up with a minute left to go. Does seem to want to bait Beastmode in. Low 50 though was still fairly favorable for Beastmode. Now it's Chronic with a demo. He is in absolutely no rush at all. He is now taking the ball to the orange half, but he has Beastmode on strings and just pops it right on the top of him. Playing a really smart end game here. And Beastmode setting up his defense perpendicular to the dribble means he has no choice but to jump. He cannot continue to shadow, can't turn back and play. He can't do either. Can't turn to attack early, can't turn away to shadow. Means he's gonna jump. That makes it possible for Chronic to read it so easily. 6-3 lead. 30 seconds left to go. Chronic looking to put himself up 2-1. A little bit of possession play into the back corner. What do we need to see from Beastmode? I think we need to see a little bit more confidence on offense, which is actually surprising. It's definitely what he did not lack in Gamers 8. He was a very dynamic offensive player. But right now, when he's seen Chronic in net, he seems to be second-guessing what he wants to go for. He needs to be a bit more decisive if he wants to make Chronic miss. For now, Chronic 1 game away from starting off the Salt Mine 3 right. Game number 3. Chronic in Beastmode. Beastmode. Another first kickoff possession to start a game. But hasn't necessarily worked out for him. This time he's not going to convert on his goal, but he has Chronic pinned back. This was another troublesome situation for Beastmode where he was not able to convert on a clear boost advantage, and it seems like he's not going to be able to convert on this dribble either to get to Beast lost. Allows for Chronic to make an easy save. Chronic not out of the woods yet, though. This Beastmode fakes a flick, and ensuing shot is read by Chronic. Nice double jump save. Chronic's defense has just eaten up everything Beastmode has to offer. And that big miss will result in a freebie goal for Chronic. 1-0 lead. Beastmode throwing the whoops, as there's really no way around it. Just a complete whiff. Have to bounce back from that. With the way it's been so far, doesn't seem like he can afford to make those kind of mistakes. Beastmode falling to the ground with nothing to show for it, but is able to get the demo. Now, another favorable opportunity for him. It seems like he very clearly likes these dribbles, but he has to just look for a miracle pre-flip underneath the ball, try and tap it with the back end of his car in order to put it on target. He did not find that. Flying past it also means that Chronic has nobody between him and the orange nets. Beastmode to the ceiling again. This time with a much better setup. He's going to go for the wave dash catch, and really it's just been on Chronic. If Chronic doesn't give a freebie to Beastmode, he hasn't really been able to score. This time Chronic trying like a 180 wave dash to set up his defense. That doesn't seem like the play. And that does mean Beastmode is on the board. Chronic finding the bottom left. Wave dash kickoff for Beastmode doesn't work like he hoped. Had to use the wave dash just to recover back to net, and ended up overcorrecting as he rotates past that bottom left corner. Chronic looking to take this ball back into the blue half after he couldn't find anything on offense. He knows Beastmode's going to chase him down. One consistent thing about Beastmode is he has been looking to stay involved in the play. It's made it fairly easy for Chronic to predict that. Beastmode, this shot is too high, and that'll be usually an own goal, but actually a solid recovery from Beastmode. Normally when you miss with that amount of power off the backboard, you are getting a ball in your net the other way. So credit to Beastmode for finding his way back. He's going to get bumped here or demoed, and Chronic will be able to convert that for a 4-1 lead. Beastmode, surprisingly, it has been his lack of offense, or maybe we should be crediting Chronic's defense. I think it's a bit of both. Something about stifling defense can often result an even worse offense as the player looks for the answer. You know, it seems like nothing's working, so they start trying to go for something they don't normally do, and that even leads to less opportunities. Beastmode in the midfield, that has been where he's been able to score. We saw on this one, actually, first goal came off of a dribble where Chronic just made a mistake, but if Beastmode can catch Chronic, not in nets, he's been able to tack on a few more. Beastmode grabbing the 100. Tons of movement on the resets as he gets his wall to air dribble, but the ball never on target, and he actually overshot it. Air dribble. Chronic up to meet him. Covers it well. Beastmode does not get around the ball to bump. Not enough speed for that to be a counterattack goal. This pinch gets him demoed, and now it'll be Beastmode with space. A roll to the midfield. He wants to play off the ceiling. That's been very consistent, and he's got Chronic to miss again. Beastmode not out of it. Chronic having a tough time reading these shots as he comes off the back wall. He's flipping in towards center field instead of out to the right where he maybe could have made that save. Chronic trying to hold on to a 1-goal lead with minute 30 left to go. If he could do so, securing his win in round 1. Beastmode, it almost felt like he kind of stole that first game and hadn't been able to find any way to really match Chronic since then, but he's doing so now. A couple defensive stands we're used to seeing Chronic hold on to. Hasn't been able to. Chronic double jump, cannot get up to the ball. Kickoff favors Beastmode. And with a minute 16, it is now Beastmode who can control the game. We saw that Chronic knows how to hold on to his lead and convert it for a win. Can Beastmode do the same? It's diagonal kickoff. I'm going to watch from Chronic's perspective because Beastmode has been faking this a ton. Chronic's going to fake it this time. And it works out well. No double fake. And Chronic has a wall to air dribble of his own. First touch isn't great. Beastmode got lost on defense though, so Chronic just needs to double it in. Beastmode, I think, wave dashed onto the ceiling and maybe missed it. Or he didn't even wave dash. He just double jumped onto the ceiling, but with his wheels not set up in the direction he needed to and not holding power slide in order to keep his momentum. So it's just a Chronic freebie. Chronic at the midfield, trying to control this into his corner. Didn't get the boost though. And Beastmode wants to just play quickly. Every time he gets an advantage, he's looking to try and find a miracle way to get it to net. This time, look to slam it into the ceiling and somehow bring it on target. That one's not on target, and it bounces straight up and back towards the other side of the field. Chronic long shot. He knew Beastmode was faking, and boy, did he read it. He said, Beastmode, you do not have a good touch diving in this deep. I know you're going to turn around, and you're also going to be out of position. I'll just boom the ball over the top of you. And now it's Chronic with 30 seconds. We already talked about how well he plays with his lead. But I'll tell you what, none of that matters in the kickoff situation if you don't immediately handle the kickoff, although Chronic does seem to have handled the first attempts. Now, bringing the ball to the ground. No more air dribbles for him. Playing it safe as he tries to chase Beastmode down on the back wall. He actually just passed the ball to Beastmode. Beastmode didn't have the angle, though. I thought Beastmode was around the play. He has a really good opportunity, though. Chronic resetting on the 100. Not well. Beastmode just flicks and actually plays into Chronic's hands. I think because he recovered so slowly, it got Beastmode to just go for a basic flick. Otherwise, he probably would have held onto the ball longer. Chronic recovered to that flick. Dunk on Beastmode. A pinch to keep the ball up. But I don't know how he's going to keep this dribble in the air. Flips underneath the ball. Chronic will win this first series 3-1 over Beastmode.